Hello, welcome to the answer. Good afternoon to you all. So I'm excited to bring this video to you. Okay, so in this tutorial we are going to be drafting a traditional mermaid skirt or skirt. Okay, so if you're interested, don't go anywhere. Let's start. Before we begin, please, if you haven't watched the part one, please go ahead. I will leave the link in the descriptive box. You can check that out. Okay, you can check that out. All right, so I'm just going ahead to solid tape the design I cut out because I realized that my fabric is more than enough. So I will be adjusting the design for the different fabric that I'll be attaching to my so I'm just making sure that I'm marking exactly where my fabric stops, and I'm going to be blending this inside like so. Okay, so I'm doing this for the front, but it applies to the back as well. So then I'm just going ahead to cut this out like so. All right, so this is what we have. Next, I'll go ahead, place my paper on my fabric, and then I'm going to pin this very well before cutting. Okay, so like I said, as you can see, I have a lot of fabric, so I've added half an inch to the side that I'll be attaching my pattern to. Okay, so if you haven't watched, go ahead and watch the part one. That will make it a little bit easier. So with this as well, I'm cutting half an inch because that is the part I will be joining. Okay, so I will be extending this part too as well because I have a lot of fabric available. So I'm just going to go ahead and extend the side, that is the side seam. Okay, where I am extending is my side seam. Measure what I have there and then mark and then blend it. All right, so I'll blend this like so. So I'll go ahead and rule a line across to meet the side like so, and then I'm going to cut this out. All right, so this is how it looks for the front. Okay, so like I said, check the part one for you for easy understanding of the part two. Moving on, I will be coming down from my hip line by 2 inches. This is for the back drafting. I want a like a little bit stylish, something. So I'm just going to rule a straight line across like this and then mark 0.5 each on both sides. That is to indicate that when I'm cutting or I'm joining, I should join by 0.5 inches. So here is the back. I am cutting the upper part. I'm adding half an inch like I indicated, and I'm cutting it. All right, so go ahead and then cut it. I'm using the bottom part of my kente for this side. Okay, I'm just being creative here. Okay, so for the back side, I'll go ahead and do the same thing I did for the front. I'll go ahead and extend this part, blend it. Okay, and also make sure that I pin this down very well before cutting. Make sure you leave half an inch in front so that you can be able to attach it to the bottom part. So now I'll just go ahead and connect my extension like so, and then go ahead and cut it. Okay, just like I am doing. And for the bottom part, I'll just go ahead and trim it off like so. So now I'm done with the sectioning for the back. It's left with the main back panel. So that one, to carefully arrange it on your fabric, make sure that it stays nice and flat. Add half an inch to the joining area, all the joining areas. Okay, so this is half an inch I'm adding to my joining area. Okay, so I'll go ahead and then cut this out. Now the next is to take this to our machine and then join. So for the back, I am joining the pieces that I mapped out. I'm joining those pieces, and make sure you top stitch. If you join kente and you don't top stitch, it becomes obvious, but the moment you top stitch, the line gets missing, like the sewing line somehow some way is not obvious. Okay, so I'm done with the back. So now I'm about to join the sides of the back. So I'm about to add a different piece that I cut out to the sides of my back. All right, so I'm joining by half an inch, and also I'll be top stitching that one as well. All right, so I'm doing this for both the front and then the back. I am joining and then top stitching, joining and top stitching. Yeah, that helps a lot. That helps to reduce the bulkiness of my kente. Okay, so as you are watching, please subscribe to the channel, leave your comment down below, help me subscribe to the channel, leave like and share my video. This helps YouTube algorithm. Okay, if you don't like, if you don't comment, my videos will not be pushed out there. I'll bring out my paper for the front, and then I'm going to shape out the side. Okay, so that is it. And then the next thing, I'm going to be cutting my lining pieces for the back. So this is how the back looks, and this is my front. Now I am going to be measuring my dart length and also be drawing out my dart. Okay, so that is exactly what I'm doing. All I need here is my dart length. All right, 2 inches be above my hip point is how I measure my dart length. Okay, so this is my dart length, 2 inches above my hip. All right, so with this right now, I'll use my dart length and I'll transfer my dart point onto my fabric like that. So I'm just measuring this up like so. This is for the front, and also I'm going to do the same thing for the back as well. All right, so now I will take it to our machine and then start with our darting. Okay, so I'll go ahead and then fold in my dress like so, my skirt like so, and then I'll put in my dart length. Next, I'll start stitching this down. So I'm stitching lining separately from the main fabric. Okay, so I'll do this for both the front and then the back. All right, so I'll do this for the lining, and then I'll go ahead and repeat the same thing on my kente fabric. Okay. All right, so guys, at this point, please subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification so you get notified. If you don't turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified anytime I upload a new video. So what am I doing now? I am stitching the waist side. I'm turning it over with the lining and making a top stitch on the lining. Okay, so that is exactly what I'm doing right now. So after that, I went ahead to close the back. Okay, after that, when I had to close the back and ironed my zip and iron my zipper line, so I'll be attaching my zipper to this. The next thing after sewing is I'll go ahead and mark 2 inches, the allowance I left, that is 2 inches. I'll go ahead and mark it along the side. I am sewing the lining separately from the main fabric. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do this for my main fabric and the lining as well. So when I get to the knee point, I'll blend it down like so. Okay, I'll blend it down by 1/2 inch. So I'll do the same thing for my lining. I am like I said, I sew the lining separately from my fashion fabric or my main fabric. So I'm just going ahead to repeat the same process I did for the kente. I'm repeating the same process. Yeah, like so. Okay guys, so when I get to the knee point, I'll just go ahead and then blend it just like I did for the fashion fabric. Okay, or my kente. I'll blend it. Make sure you are using a ruler. Okay, so next I'll go ahead and stitch my side seam down. So this, at this point, I am shaping my skirt. Okay, so once I am done, I'll go ahead and then iron. After ironing, I'll go ahead and then attach my crinoline to the bottom part, and I will be done with this skirt. Okay, so please go ahead and subscribe, turn on the bell. That is important. The bell notification is important. If you like my videos and you don't turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified if I upload a new video. So guys, this is the top. This was the time I was beading. I don't know whether I have the tutorial available because I think I've lost it on my phone, but I'll check on my laptop and see if I have it. If I find it on my laptop, I would go ahead and then share the top tutorial with you guys as well. Okay, do have a lovely day. Bye bye.